Yo, 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 yo! What is up? What is up, everybody? I came in just right at the right time. Wow. Hit that perfect with the music. Holy crap. Let's throw in some of the chill-ass music now. What is up? What is up? Welcome, 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 everybody, to the old KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. How's it going? Everyone, hello, 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 welcome. Much love to you all. What is up? What is up? Someone is sus here saying hello. 555 AAA. Hello! What's up? What's up? How's it going? How's it going? Horror Thriller Boy is here too. What's up? What's up? Got a little Brightburn profile picture. Looking good, looking good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Flash Skywalker can't stay. That makes me a little sad guy here saying, have a good stream, everyone. Hope to talk to y'all soon. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Carter Scotland Allen is here too from one stream to another. Hell yeah, Carter. Welcome, welcome. We're going to be talking some Halloween and Scream. It's a Scream stream, so we're gonna focus on that. But wow, lots of Halloween news just in the past hour or so. It's insane. Daddy's Queen's Fantastic World. Hello, hello. What a title. My God. Locked, what's up? What's up? Now we must make Jake talk about Halloween Kills here as well. Oh, well, we'll be giving some hot takes on it, don't you worry. What's up, Extron Gaming? Howdy, hey. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday from Jennifer Armstrong, one of my amazing channel members as well. Thank you so much, Jennifer, as well as Locked and Carter, which I failed to mention earlier. Thank you so much. Saying, hope you had a good birthday. I did. Hopefully you have recovered from Fate's passionate ranting. Yes, that was something, wasn't it? Well, a big collective hello to you all. I see a bunch of wonderful faces here. Welcome, welcome. So talking a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today, because we got some cool stuff to jump into, especially with Halloween Ends, which I was not prepared for today. That was news just came out of nowhere about Halloween. So we're starting off with that, but don't worry, we'll get into the Scream 6 talk, because wow, there's just been nothing to fucking talk about with Scream 6 for the past couple of days or so, past couple of weeks. I mean, really nothing. I've been like, yeah, Guess I'll die. But we have this to talk about. A brand new image of Lindsay Wallace in Halloween Ends. Now, what the heck is going on here? You may be asking to yourself. I'm asking myself the same thing. I genuinely think that this is a Halloween costume. I see some people already speculating online that maybe she has become a fortune teller or tarot card reader, something along those lines, as you can see from what she is holding in her hand. But in the background, it's a little blurred out. You can see some bottles of maybe Jim Beam or Mr. Jack Daniels. Maybe even some Crown Royal. I don't know, man. It just looks like they're at a bar, a party, and we've already seen party sequences at some points in the trailers and TV spots. And if you thought that this was it, if you think that, oh, that's the only bit of Halloween news we got. Oh, okay, whatever, Jacob, picture. We also just found out that the final trailer, not like the second trailer, the last one, according to what I've read so far, comes out tomorrow morning. So, exciting stuff. But are we kind of scared? A little bit. I'm a little scared, at least. You don't have to answer that so quickly, but I'm a little scared about it. Just because I don't want to see any more. Like, I'm horrified they're going to show like more footage and basically give us the whole movie. Just like the final trailer for Halloween Kills that basically detailed the entire plot of that movie, which is still so disappointing to me. This is one we don't want to have spoiled either. So I think everyone just needs to chill out from the marketing department and just kind of like, hey, hold back on showing us new stuff. You've already given us like 100 TV spots that have given us way too much to talk about. Well, how do you guys feel about that? Just throwing that out into the air. I think you know how I feel about it, at least. So, will you be purchasing Don't Worry, Darling? I would not waste my money on just a piece of plastic that would sit there, because that's essentially what the Blu-ray of that movie would do on my shelf. Hot take, I know. Lei TheNerd is here. What's up? What's up? How's it going, Jake? Been a hot minute since I've been in your streams, but it's my night off and I got drinks, so I'm ready to rock. Fuck yeah, Lee. Hell yeah. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you have a good time and drink it up. Fuck it. Have a little party it up tonight. Why not? Gotta have a little partying. So Angie's here as well. Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? Angie, how's it going? Moser Movie Reviews is here too. What's up? How's it going? My dude, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Wayne is here, too. Love the It shirt. Thank you. Look at Pennywise. Always watching over me and my chest and my man titties. He's always watching those. I start Scream 6 now. You don't have to yell, Easton, okay? Well, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Damn. Halloween Ends. Final trailer is coming tomorrow. Yes, it is. We were just talking about that. Fuck. Crazy shit, guys. I wanted to make tonight about Scream 6, but it's just like, all of this it all just came out we were streaming on Lethal Collective, and I'm just like, well, fuck me. We got to talk about Halloween Ends a little bit tonight. A little worried about Halloween Ends as well. Okay, I feel it. The Corey stuff is still kind of strange. Still, like, what the fuck? What's going on with that? Don't worry, darling. I'm worried, darling. I'm worried. Let me tell you. Oh God. Yeah, don't waste your money on Don't Worry, Darling, man. I don't know. I was just not impressed. I think it was a really cool idea, but after reading about how the people who bought the script just completely fucked with it, I don't know, man. I just don't know how to feel about it. Like, I think the original idea sounded a lot more interesting that came from the Van Dykes, who, to my knowledge, I don't even think got a credit on that movie, which is so fucked. They came up with the movie and they had the girl from Booksmart just do a whole rewrite on it and change it into something completely different. I don't know, man. Could have been a great movie. I think it genuinely could have been a great movie, but just wasn't. I forgot trailers unless I see the film for sale and think, oh, that looked okay for some reason. So you're just not a fan of, just don't watch trailers anymore. I could see just not watching any Universal trailers anymore, because I think everything they have marketed, at least this year, spoiled a lot about the movies they were marketing. If that's Jurassic World Dominion or especially The Black Phone, which spoiled every single jump scare in that movie in the marketing. So disappointing. Universal has got to chill the fuck out. They've got to just relax. People will go see these movies, I promise. You don't have to market them as much as what they're doing. I was like, dude, I cannot believe this. There's like 3 big jump scares in that movie, and all of them are in the trailers or something from the marketing of that movie. I will say this, and I'm going to go on a little side tangent here. And before I do that, Extron, no, it's not. Nothing's worse than Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Come on. We all know that. My little side tangent here. I watched Black Phone again. I definitely liked it more the second time around. I still hate the beginning. I still think it's way too over the top for how dark that movie gets. But I like the second and third acts even more now, and I really dig it. It's moving up on my list, I guess. Nowhere near the top, but I still liked it. Well, if it isn't our copycat killer Carrie. That's Carrie, all right. Carrie Cunningham. What's up, Carrie? How's it going? What's up? You're not supposed to unveil my true identity. This is all happening in the comment section of this epic battle between Lee and Carrie. This is awesome. I love it. And Easton, you're right. Jeepers Creepers Reborn is truly the greatest movie ever made. I mean, Morbius has nothing on that one, so I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that at all. Chosen Vader is saying, I do think Halloween Ends will be better than Halloween Kills. I hope so. I think it has the potential to be, and like I was talking about on the stream earlier, I really think they needed to write something in to bring A and B together, Laurie Strode, Michael Myers. You've probably heard me say this a million times, but there's something to be said about that. If it's just same old, it's like, okay, Michael went back to prison after the events of Kills. He breaks out again on Halloween night, and now we're just doing the same thing as Halloween 2018 all again. That would be a lot worse than whatever we're about to get in Ends. I at least am assuming. So I don't know, man. I really think that this still has the potential to be great and better than Halloween Kills, which I'm not saying is bad. My God, we just talked about Halloween Kills for an entire hour, so I'm like, oh God, I like it. It's fine. It's a good movie, but not a masterpiece. Not Kills is not a masterpiece, but I still really like it. It's still a fun time. I'm getting ready to rewatch Terrifier. Can't wait for Terrifier 2. I was supposed to see it this week, and I'm so sad. I was supposed to see it this Friday, and I just can't make it down to Florida anymore. Some shit had come up this week, some big out of nowhere news about the movie. So I got to do stuff with that. With YouTube's policy program changing, there's just a lot more things we have to do and reorganize. So I'm just not going to be able to make it down there for the premiere this week, which I'm really sad about. But the other thing, I also got invited to go see Scare Package 2, an early premiere of that in Fort Lauderdale as well. And I can't make it to either of those. those, and I would love to see both of those movies early if I could, and it's a shame. I did get a screener for a movie, I can't tell you what yet, but I will probably have a review of this other movie tomorrow. Not as exciting as Terrifier 2 or anything else, but it looks cool. I'm excited for this one. I saw a trailer for it a little while back, and I was really happy that the guy sent me a screener for it. So you guys might see an early review of something tomorrow. With the success of Black Phone, I feel like a sequel could elevate the franchise incredibly, kind of like from Saw to Saw 2. Yeah, what's difficult here is they kind of have to do a prequel, right? They're kind of boxed into that. I don't know what they would do for a sequel, like specifically like a continuation from the events of Black Phone 1. They'd have to do a prequel, would be my thinking, because you have to have the grabber. It's kind of like doing a Halloween movie without, Michael Myers and replacing him with some other kid that they just decided to write in for the last movie. That would be crazy, right? Right, Danny McBride? Right, David Gordon Green? Please agree with me? Cries in horror fan. Oh God, tears. Talia is here. What's up? From Insta, nice. This is the first time I've watched you live, actually. Oh, well, welcome. Welcome to the peep show, as they say. Look through the hole, and that's gross. What am I saying? But welcome to the show. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Talia, welcome. I'm so sorry I'm so gross, and I just have to make everything disgusting. I do, though. It's truly a bad habit of mine. Michael Myers' theme song is saying, Jake, a question for you. Michael Myers died in Halloween Ends? Or Corey? I think Corey for sure. Like, Corey is absolutely dying in this movie. Michael Myers, though, still up in the air, man. I genuinely don't think that Halloween can end without a Michael death. But we'll just have to fucking see, man. I genuinely think Michael has to die in this movie. I mean, I feel like they've been teasing it in the past two movies, like, a lot. He needs to die. With that whole fucking clip from Dr. Loomis. They've been teasing it so much. It's gotta happen. I think it's gotta happen. I don't know. We got Arthur here. What's up? Hello, Jack. It's me again. Man, trying so hard to find Barbarian, but I'm really excited with the Scream news. Yes. Trying so hard to find Barbarian. If you can watch that. You said you did not have that where you are at. I will say, dude, just keep digging. It's worth the dig. It is worth the dig because that was a banger. But let's kick off the Scream 6 conversation a little bit because you know what? That's what I promised. I don't want to end up being like these Halloween folks who are giving us maybe something we're not looking for in Halloween Ends. But I'm staying optimistic about it. That's my final thoughts. New trailer tomorrow. I'll be talking about it on the page. I might have a late night video on Halloween as well because there's stuff I want to talk about before the new trailer comes out. So might have another video at some point. But thank you all. Thank you all for hanging out with me on this stream though, regardless. So we'll have a video on the final trailer tomorrow. But let's kick off the Scream 6 talk with, do you think there will be more than 2 killers in Scream 6? I'll say this. This would be the movie to do it. This would be the movie to do something experimental, which I guarantee you we will see something about the format specifically changed up in 6. I just have a feeling. My spidey senses are tingling about Scream 6, kind of changing it up, doing something a little different. Because, listen, this isn't confirmed. Obviously it's not, and I preface this all the time. Scream 7's not confirmed, but Radio Silence is most likely doing a trilogy. I mean, Scream 6 got greenlit while Scream 5 was still in the theaters. So I would be shocked if this new one doesn't make money and Radio Silence doesn't move on, doesn't continue to make a 7th film to finish out their trilogy. I would be absolutely shocked. That's happening. Well, the other thing about that is I just feel like because this is their middle movie and they're confirmed to do something in the next, they're confirmed to have another one essentially, which is not confirmed to us, but let's say that is to them. I really think that this would be the movie for them to fuck around. Just like how Halloween Kills is. Halloween Kills was David Gordon Green and all the writers' opportunity to fuck around in the Halloween universe. Just do whatever they wanted to see from Michael, from Laurie, from Allison, from all these characters. I think the same thing applies here. Scream 6 is a sandbox, man. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You are in New York City, one of the craziest cities on the entire planet, and you have a Ghostface or multiple Ghostface killers running around, killing people and our main characters. This is the movie to experiment. This is the movie to go fucking bananas. So if they don't do something like that, I think it's a massive missed opportunity. Because then when we're talking about Scream 7, after April of next year, essentially, we're going to be saying to ourselves, okay, now they got to land it. Now they got to land it. They got to go back to form. That's how you do a trilogy, man. You got to go back to form with the last one and land it. Have it be something nice and familiar. And maybe it ends on a dark note or on a happy note. Something. You got to have a clear vision, clear ending with your ending of your trilogy. But this is the movie where they can kind of muck it up a bit. So I want to see something experimental and fucking weird from Scream 6. Because this franchise likes to play it safe sometimes. So I'd like to see them get a little crazier. Carter Scotland Allen is throwing $5 into the old pot. Thank you so much, Carter Scotland Allen. I appreciate that. I think we will either get 3 killers or one of the 2 killers will be revealed extremely early on. Also curious, what are your plans with Movie Smoothie? Yeah, I fucked that up today. Let me tell you. I'll answer all those questions. All great questions from Carter, who has an amazing channel too, where he covers a lot of the same shit. So make sure to check out Carter's channel if you have not seen his page. But the Movie Smoothie comment really sent me. That's funny. I just did not get my Rick and Morty review out today. I felt like absolute dog shit this morning, so it just wasn't happening. It just didn't happen. I love the new episode of Rick and Morty. By the way, probably my favorite episode from season 6 so far. But I'll have a review of that tomorrow, which it's late and I feel really bad about that, but it'll come out tomorrow. You guys will see it. I'm going to be working all night, I think, because the trailer comes out tomorrow morning. So, talking about the 3 killers though, with the killers, to answer that previous question as well, I do think this would be the movie to fuck around with 3 killers, because that would be so cool to have one of the Ghostface killers after a chase sequence get fucking killed. Like, it just happens. Someone finally kills a Ghostface. There's no bulletproof vest this time around. Ghostface goes down, blood all over the ground. That would be so shocking. Maybe a little like, okay, that was kind of disappointing at first, but then we get a Ghostface reveal that furthers the mystery. I think it would be dope if our characters just genuinely had no fucking idea what was going on, no pinpoint on who the killer could be, or just nothing. Like, no leads at all. Even Gale Weathers is like, I've got fucking nothing. Like, Gale usually has something to go after in these movies, which is great. I think it would be really cool if they were just fucked. They had no idea. They kill one of the ghost faces, and then they're like, oh my god, what? Like, it was Susie? Holy shit! And then they go on to kind of piece the rest of it together as the movie progresses. That would be dope. I would love to see a movie like that. That would be really fucking cool, I think. 3 killers, man. All the way. I've been saying this for a while. They should do the 3 killers thing. Carter, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate it. You might see 3 killers in a future Scream movie, though. That's all I'm going to say. Jalen, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I believe there will be, throwing $5 in there. Thank you for that. I believe there will be the normal 2 killers, but this time they are operating completely separate. Also a great idea from one another and maybe end up clashing. Ooh, I do really like that idea as well. New York is such a big city that you could theoretically have 2 people killing people at the same time, also dressing up like Ghostface. That could happen somewhere in like New York City. You couldn't write that in for if this had a Woodsboro setting. That would be whack. Because it's such a small town, there's no way you'd have 2 people going Ghostface at the same time. I mean, even our killers from the last film, one of them wasn't even from Woodsboro. So I think that's totally possible in a New York setting, but maybe not so much if we were in small town USA again. And Carrie's also throwing a super sticker in there. Yes! I fucking love stickers! I'm still a child on the inside. Still a child. Still a child. I really like the 2 killers working opposite of each other, though. I think that's pretty dope. Kind of adds to the mystery, too. You could have a character actively trying to figure out who the Ghostface killer is, who is also a Ghostface, and working for that reason. You know what I mean? They're like, well, fuck, I gotta... the enemy of my enemy is my friend, so I gotta work with the people I'm trying to kill to figure out who the other Ghostface is. That could be great. We might touch on that in Red Right Hand, too. You guys are really onto some shit here. Let me tell you. If they can get Nev Campbell to come back for 7, then Matthew Lillard has to come back as well, because you know Stu isn't dead. We proved it in a court of law. Johnny Gomez, my esteemed lawyer, Killian J. Jacobs, did that on a stream. It was awesome. Any updates on the Winnie the Pooh movie? Not that I have really seen. Nothing super significant, but I can't wait to see that motherfucker. Holy shit, that thing's gonna be whack. Thing's gonna be insane. I saw a good comment and I can't find it. Fuck. I saw a really good comment like a minute ago, and I'm like, I wanted to click on that. Shit. Maybe it was this. BJ is saying, do you think Sam will die in Scream 6, where the focus shifts to Tara as the final girl of the new trilogy? It seems like they were to switch out final girls and make a move like this. That would be in 6. Got a good point. I don't see the point in doing that, though, personally. I like Tara, but I almost feel like it would be more effective for them to kill Tara, because then it would give Sam much more motivation for the 7th film. That's just my opinion. I know some people just love Jenna Ortega way more than Melissa Barrera. I like both of them a lot. I think they're both great in these movies, and they work really well together. So, I don't know. Just my opinion. Carter throwing $2 in there. Thank you so much, Carter. I appreciate that. If you're not subbed to Jake, bad soup, and bad soup is fucking gross, man. You don't want to be swimming around in no bad soup. So do as Carter says. Carter's speaking the truth here. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a whole lot. And Bearded is throwing some more stickers in there. I fucking love these. You guys are the best. I'm going to have so many stickers to plant all over my greasy skin. I can't wait. You guys are the best. Thank you. And Carter's also speaking some more truth with another $2 super chat. Thank you, Carter. I appreciate that. 73 watching and only 37 likes. Aw, man. Jake's gonna get all sad and cry. Fuck. But thank you, Carter. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out, too. I appreciate it, man. Austin is saying, if Tara dies, we riot. I don't know about that. But I think it's more interesting to focus on both sisters rather than having just one final girl. For this movie, for sure. I just think that what's going to happen next for Sam? You know, what is Sam going to go through in this movie that will affect the next film? I think that makes... the other thing about this movie is I want it to be like The Empire Strikes Back, essentially, of like the Scream movies. I want this one to be fucking dark. Scream has gotten a little too just... Yeah, we know what's going to happen. Okay, they're going to play it safe again, whatever. I say let's just throw that to the wind for at least one movie. Let's just go fucking crazy with this and just start killing people left and right. I think this should be a bloodbath, honestly. I think the majority of the people should die. No more of this 6th survivor crap again. Not that I really had a big problem with that. That's just me being silly over the top. But I really do want a bloodbath for once, just for once in this franchise. Make it something gross and bloody and crazy, insane environmental kills. I think we can totally do that successfully. I think that could totally work here as a middle movie. But then, this is Scream. It needs to have a happy ending. This is lighter horror. With the 7th one, let's have a happy ending there. That's what I say. Take us down a dark path with a cliffhanger in 6, and then wrap it up in 7. Jenna is a killer actress, but Sam is so much more vital to the themes of Scream 5. Killing her off seems pointless to me. I agree. I think that there's so much potential with her character to grow, especially in this film. I wouldn't want to see her die. I don't think that would work. And even if you're someone who's hearing this right now and you're like, but Jake, Jenna Ortega is just so much better. I get where you're coming from. I mean, she's in a bunch of horror movies. She's amazing. But franchises have done this before. Trilogies have done this before where they were listening to fans and they're just like, oh shit, people hate our lead character. We have to change this up right now or it's not gonna work. I wish that trilogies would never do that, because I think you should listen to fans to a certain point. Fans were going nuts about Finn's character from Star Wars Part 7. And that's such a shame, because then they just did not know what the fuck to do with his character when it came to Last Jedi. And I mean, his character is so poorly written in those Star Wars films. I actually feel bad for John Boyega, who just had to go through that and try his best. He got minimalized to the point where he's just a side character in the last movie. That's very poor writing for a main character of anything, just anything. So I don't think that, even if you're someone who hates Sam, I think as a character, she has the potential to be fucking amazing. She does, whether you like that or not. But maybe she just wasn't there in Scream 5 for you. I personally loved her performance, and it worked really well for the character she was portraying. If she wasn't someone who was on medication and all that, I'd have some questions, but it all makes sense, and it all at least has a point. If it didn't have a point for why her performance was a little wooden at points, I would be like, what the fuck? What's going on here? But that was done on purpose. It's the emotional suppressiveness of the drugs she was taking. So it all works for me. I really don't think... I think killing her off or changing the focus would just be so oh, wow, yeah, Scream 2022, that fucking sucked balls. We're gonna move on to something else with 6. Don't admit that. Be confident. These guys have got to be confident if they're going to move forward with an entire trilogy. If they're going to show me something like that, then I'm going to be like, okay, well, clearly you guys aren't confident in your product. Why am I even watching at this point? That's what would be going through my mind if they killed off Sam or shifted the focus entirely onto Jenna Ortega opposed to anybody else. I mean, and here's the other thing about, I'm sorry, like this is a rant. I'm sorry, there's a whole rant, but let's look at the fucking advertisement for Pearl. I don't know if you guys have seen this. There's like these little TV spots for Pearl, this movie. It's still in the theaters. If you guys haven't seen it, it's the prequel to X. Highly recommend. It was a lot of fun. But a big thing that they're doing, which I think is so funny, is like it'll show you some scenes from Pearl specifically, but then they're like, oh, and it's the prequel to X. And then they show you a few clips from X, and they use the Jenna Ortega screaming scene, which her character is not referenced or even in Pearl whatsoever. Like Jenna Ortega had no involvement with the prequel movie. And they did that because she's popping right now. Like, everyone likes Jenna Ortega. Who doesn't like Jenna Ortega? Everyone does. She's amazing. She's fucking great in everything she's in. Of course we would want her to be the lead final girl. But Sam is doing a lot of really fun things in the lead as well. Something we've never seen before. She's not just a Sidney Prescott write-in like maybe how Jill was in Scream 4. Sure, Jill kind of becomes like the killer towards the end, which is an awesome twist, but she does kind of feel a lot like Sidney, like Sidney does in the first movie, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Locked makes a great point. Sam is also iconic, a final girl who clearly struggles with mental issues and real struggles, but overcomes these privileged fans to rise above that and succeed. And I love that. That's fucking awesome. Like, I don't know. I think the ending of Scream 5 is really fucking dope. I think it's really cool, even if that movie had some, like, mid points to it where I was just like, what the hell are they doing here? That was the one thing I felt like was orchestrated very well. Just my opinion. What's your opinion on Kirby? Where do you personally believe she will fit in Scream 6? This is something that kind of worries me about the film. I love Hayden Panettiere. She's amazing in Scream 4. I really think she's one of my favorite side characters throughout the entire Scream franchise. But my thing about Kirby in this film is she going to fit, or is she just going to be like just there for fans to come see Scream 6? You know what I mean? Like, are they just implementing her into this plot line because she's Kirby and she was a fan favorite character from Scream 4? Or do they have some kind of points about putting her in this film? Is maybe the Ghostface going after past survivors or something like that who are still alive out there? I could see that being the case, and it's like, oh, well, Kirby now has to group up with the other survivors so that she doesn't get killed. So, something like that could work. I could see that happening, but it would be a little weird without Sidney Prescott being there if they were going to do something that once again relied on the past. So I'm curious. They could fuck this up, I guess is my opinion of it. They could fuck this up, but I have faith. I hope that it's amazing, and I'm sure no matter what they've written for Hayden Panettiere, she's going to fucking kill it because she's an amazing actress. I can't stress that enough. I'm really excited to see her again more than anything, though. Like, I hate complaining about it because I know Kirby's going to be fucking great in this movie. I may have some problems with like how they write her in or whatever, but I'm just still so excited to see Kirby back on the big screen, and I hope she's doing well. Hope she's doing well, like, in the fictional universe of the Scream movies. Jaguar Rose throwing $5 in there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hi, Jake. So glad I was able to catch the live stream. Well, hello. Welcome, Jaguar Rose, to the old stream. We appreciate that. Carrie's also thanking you for the super chat. Thank you, Jaguar. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying yourself, and I hope you're enjoying this very stinky man ranting about horror movies. But thank you. Thanks for the $5. I appreciate it. Hayden and I Love You, Beth Cooper was awesome. I still have not seen that movie, Ernie. I'm gonna have to check that one out. I've heard about this one. I was looking up Hayden Panettiere's filmography because I was curious like what else she had done, and I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, this looks nice. Good stuff. I love that we have two final girls to carry us in these Scream films. I really like both Sam and Tara. I really am excited to see what their dynamic is going to be in this new film, too. It seems like it's going to be much like Happier. Like, hey, we're sisters now. Everything's great. Which is why I'm highly speculating that Tara's going to die. I feel it. I feel it in my bones that she's gonna die now in this movie, and I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be pissed. Like, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be upset with that, but that's kind of the point, you know? Like, I feel like the ending of this is gonna be like a tearjerker, where it's like, no, fuck, man, Ghostface gets away and kills Tara before getting away. I think that would just be so upsetting. That would fuck up Sam too so bad. Oh God, but it would be so well written too, because it's just like, oh shit, they just became like sisters again. You know, they just became good. They just got it all together. You know, they've been in this funk for like years as sisters, as siblings, and they just get it all back together, and then one of them dies. Like, that would be so dark, and I'm laughing because dark humor just hits a funny bone with me, but oh, that would be crazy. I would lose my mind if they did something like that. Oh, holy shit. And are we talking about the trailer? Yes. Let's talk a little bit about the trailer, because I've heard some speculation about when the marketing's going to start rolling out, probably next month. So, off the top of my head, I can't remember this, but I know the Scream 2 is coming back to theaters next month at some point. Very exciting shit. I cannot wait to see this in the theaters. I've never been able to. I was basically, what was I? I was -1 when Scream 2 came out. Yeah, I was -1. So I have had no opportunity to see Scream 2 in the theater ever. And if you remember from last year, when they rolled out the original Scream in theaters once again to promote the new movie, they also released the poster, I believe, the same day for Scream 2022, if I'm remembering correctly. So I think that when that happens, which once again, I can't remember the date off the top of my head, I think we see a poster. I think we see something. We see a poster, we see this or that, and people are going to fucking go nuts. It's going to be awesome. That's going to be the start of the marketing. Trailer, though, I think if they were to release that in October, that would be just way too soon. This movie comes out in late March, and arguably much more towards, like, it's basically going to be an April movie, essentially, because it comes out the last day of March, moving into April. So people are going to be talking about it in April. They should start marketing this movie in late December at the earliest. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get a trailer until next year, honestly. I don't think we'll even see footage of it until late December or early next year, because they can't start marketing this movie too early or people are going to lose interest. I mean, think about all the fucking pictures we've been getting during the production. You know, they've been basically marketing this movie since Scream 5 came out. So with that announcement that they were making a 6 in the first place. So I just think when they're going to start going real nuts with it is got to be like towards the 3-month points. Like when you want to start building hype and maximize that. Basically closer to the film's release. Otherwise it would just be like, okay. Did Scream 6 come out yet? What the heck's going on? The general audience is going to lose patience. Don't think we're gonna get a trailer until then. But your boy wants one. Your boy wants one today. Let me tell you. Thoughts on Samara Weaving's character in Scream 6. Let me take a big old nasty sip of this water, and then we're gonna get into how I'm feeling about this. I just spilled that all over myself. Fun fact. And now it is coming down my face. This is awesome. But ooh, that's a good comment. I'm gonna start that. Samara Weaving in Scream 6. What are they going to do with this? Well, I'm still banking on my theory that she's going to be some kind of reporter. I wonder if I still have this picture. But, like, to me, undeniable proof of that is this. Like, we have Samara Weaving here in a dress that is the exact same color as Gale Weathers. My God, words are hard. Gale Weathers, was it a pantsuit? I can't fucking remember. It's like a jacket thing that she's wearing. It's the same fucking color from Scream 1. That to me is just like undeniable evidence that, like, yes, she is going to be some kind of reporter character here. I don't know how else to spin it. Like, why would she be wearing a dress if she's like a college student or something? Like, I don't know about you guys, but when I was in college, I wore the comfiest shit I could because I was like, fuck it, dude. If I gotta sit here for an hour and listen to somebody talk, I'm gonna be comfy while I'm taking my notes. So don't think you're wearing a dress to a college campus. I don't think she's gonna be a college student or something. Maybe a professor, I could see that. She's definitely going to be a reporter, though. I can't even, like, why would they have her wear that color? You know what I mean? I've seen people compare this to, was it Jennifer Jolie from Scream 3? I don't know how that would be a connection, because once again, that's someone playing Gale Weathers in the fictional Stab universe. So, like, coming back to Gale, I think that's undeniable. We have a character that's going to be like the new Gale Weathers, and she's like a weather reporter, and she's going to be clearly an antagonist to Gale. Don't know how else they could spin that, especially with her wearing a dress that, like, same color, man. I mean, if you had someone wearing, like a blue flannel shirt, they're probably definitely the killer. Anyways, let's talk a little more about other things. How would you guys feel if Roger L. Jackson's voice wasn't in the film and they changed it? That would be like, I don't know if I like that or not. I don't know, man. Roger L. Jackson is iconic. I love his voice. It's like synonymous with Ghostface. It's like if you were to have like, if you're doing like a movie in the 80s that was supposed to be a new Freddy movie and you just didn't have Robert Englund. You know what I mean? Like Roger L. Jackson is that to the character, I think. You can't have, I don't know if you can have a Scream movie without his voice or someone mimicking that voice. It couldn't be. I can't imagine it being different. Look at Spiral from last year too. Let's think about that movie for a second. We had someone else instead of Tobin Bell's voice coming through the Billy the Puppet. We had this other voice, which was just a lot goofier in my opinion. In Spiral, it's one of my big negatives about that film, and it just felt off. You know, it was a different puppet, so I get why they did what they did, and a different killer as well this time around. But it feels off. You know what I mean? You go and watch that and you're like, okay, this is definitely Saw, but like just not the same. Like I like Tobin Bell's voice is just so much scarier. It's so low and it's like, we're going to play a game. You know what I mean? It's fucking terrifying. And then to have this like, it's a voice like this and it's like, hey, how's it going? Oh, your tongue's going to get ripped out by a train if you don't do something in the next 2 minutes. It was just a goofy voice. That is obviously a terrible impression, but it was basically something along those lines. So. Something along those lines. Michael Myers' theme song has got to get going. Peace out, my dude. Peace out. Hope you're excited for whatever the fuck comes next. We got Smile this week, too, which I'm really excited about. And also, I know some people have seen that Smile, because there was an early screening, I believe, today and tomorrow. I'm unfortunately just not going to be able to get there. But just so you guys know, please, no spoilers in the chat. You know, we have not all of us have seen Smile yet, and that's one I really don't want to have spoiled because I don't know if it's going to be good or not. I've heard some really positive reviews so far, one negative review, but mostly positive. But I'm excited for it. I kind of want to go into it as blind as possible. That's the one movie this year I just want to go in completely blind. So. Bailey's here. What's up? It's Kay. How are you? I'm fantastic. I hope you're doing fantastic as well. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. We're all just vibing. We're all just gooping and booping, as they say. Nobody says I said that. No one else has ever said that. Welcome. Okay. Welcome to the stream. welcome. Juliana Smiler's here. What's up, Smiler clan? Welcome to the stream. Hi, Jake. I hated Spiral. Some of the traps were cool, but that movie was so bad. Oh man, I didn't love it. It wasn't my favorite Saw. But I just loved seeing Chris Rock and Sam Jackson in a Saw movie together. That to me was like, okay, like that's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. And I agree, the traps were pretty dope. I think those were pretty sweet too. Pretty fucking scary, man. Oh my God. Guy getting his fingers ripped off and the tongue ripped off, the tar in the face. I loved it. I thought it was great. What are your thoughts on Pinhead being changed to a female? Well, going off of the book where Pinhead is not even called Pinhead, just the Hell Priest, who is this androgynous demon figure, basically, I think it works perfectly. I think to make it almost like genderless or closer to the book, how it was not supposed to be, but how it was originally written, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's interesting. Director David Bruckner also has said about the film that it's gonna feel a lot different than the other movies because we're not going to be able to top the original Hellraiser, and I kind of agree with him. I appreciate his approach to this new movie. That's why I'm highly anticipating it. If it was the same old and they just did what the last two Hellraiser films did and had someone else trying to play Doug Bradley, I wouldn't really be all that excited for it. But the fact that they have someone portraying the character in a different light, closer to the original novel, that excites me. That screams, sorry about the burp, by the way. I had some coffee earlier. It's fucking me up. I think because of that, that's why I'm so excited for this. I think we could potentially have on our hands here a good Hellraiser film, which in my opinion, we haven't really gotten since Hell on Earth all the way back then. So I'm very excited. I really want this to be good because I love those first three Hellraiser movies. I'm trying to sit through the rest of the sequels right now, and man, they're tough to get through. But we're getting through it. We're going to get through it. I want to do a ranking video of all 11 of them, which is going to be tough. Let me tell you. I agree that Samara probably isn't a student, but girls in college wear cute dresses all the time. Remember Scream 2? All the sorority girls dressed in preppy pastel dresses. I mean, yeah, you got a point. I just don't like today's college landscape. And I'm specifically speaking to 2019 when I went to college. That was like, we're just wearing sweatpants. Everyone's just comfy. No one gives a fuck anymore. I see what you're saying though. I mean, some people still dress up. Some people still look good. And yeah, to pay homage to Scream 2, I could see that being the case. I just don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like this is just clearly a reference to one thing opposed to trying to be something else. And I already lost that picture again. God damn it, Jake. So help me God. There we go. Like, I don't know, just what else could this be? Like, how it's clearly a reference to one thing instead of the other. But I don't know, man. I think it would be like, also, I just feel like that would be cool to have an antagonist character to Gale Weathers. She's going to be a main focus of this movie. She's the only legacy character now that's on board pretty much. Obviously, Kirby's there too, but of the main three, we only have Gale this time around. We should make this movie focused a little more on her, I think. I also think this movie would benefit from having almost like a 50-50 split between, well, maybe not 50-50 because there's a lot of new characters. But we should have some more Gale Weathers screen time. Instead of just throwing her in there halfway through the movie, she should be there almost the whole time, I think. Scream 2 sucked. Oh man, I don't know if Scream 2 sucked. I don't like the ending, but I like the whole movie though. I like the whole movie up until the ending. Until once you get to the ending where it's just like it's fucking Billy's mother and all that, it goes fucking insanity into like holy shit, how this is ridiculous territory. But I love that whole movie up until that point. I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's fun. I don't know. I would never rank that higher than the original. Like it's fun. It's a fun movie, but I see a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, 2's definitely better than the original. I don't know about that, man. I don't know, man. Your boy Malik. What's up, Malik? How's it going? What's up, Jake? Been seeing good reviews on Terrifier 2 so far. Can't wait to see it. Fuck yeah. I'm so ready, dude. My God, I can't wait to fucking see this movie. I'm so sad because I'm not going to be able to see it early anymore. Some stuff has come up with the old movie that I'm making coming out in December. But I got to attend to that, basically. I just have to be here. I have to be in Ohio. I can't just fuck off to Florida for a couple of days as much as I really want to. But I'm not going to be able to do that in this month or next month. But I might not be able to see it early, but I did get tickets to go see it around here. I still got to drive like 45 minutes out of the way, even though they did release it in 700 plus theaters across the entire United States, which is nice. So it's probably easier for most of you to get tickets to Terrifier 2. But man, Ohio is just, it's a fucked place for movies. I wish I lived in Florida or like New York or something. That would be nice. But here we are. No complaints from this guy though. No complaints. I'm really excited for Terrifier 2. I'm sad I don't get to see it early. I actually got invited. I said this already on the stream, so you guys probably don't give a shit. But I got invited to go see Scare Package 2 as well before Terrifier 2. And I'm like, oh man, I wanted to see that as well. So damn, it's all good though. All good. I will see those movies eventually. I'm excited for them. Carter throwing $5 into the old pit. Thank you so much, Carter. I appreciate that. Everyone at the KillJoy Jake team, including myself, Jacob, Jacqueline, and Killian J. Jacobs. We all appreciate you here, Carter. That's all just the voices in my head, by the way. I'm so excited to see Terrifier 2 and very excited to possibly see it in a theater alone. But that being said, I never need to see the original again. Ooh. Some hot takes. Some hot takes there. Carrie, I have a story to tell you about your latest comment. But I'm so excited to see Terrifier 2, but never needs to see the original again. I love the original, man. It's fucking gross. Like, it's not, the plot's not really there. I'll give you that. But I fucking love it, man. I fucking enjoy it. I really do. The gore, the use of practical effects is very impressive in my opinion. But dude, seeing that alone is going to be terrifying. I saw Peninsula, which is the sequel to Train to Busan, alone, like in an empty theater. Fucking terrifying. I went to this theater, like middle of nowhere, had to drive out to go see it. And I bought a ticket. They were like, are you sure? Literally the only one in the theater. Terrifying. I had to go to the fucking basement. Like I had to walk downstairs to go to this theater, into this like tiny ass theater. I was the only one there. And it's this terrifying zombie movie. I was like shitting my pants. I was shitting a brick the entire time watching this. So, and Carrie had a really interesting comment that I wanted to discuss. So I didn't meet Chris Stuckman, as you're saying, but my buddies ran into him at the Exchange, and I was supposed to go hang out with them, and I'm so pissed about it. He was apparently at the Exchange in Kent, Ohio, which is I'm trying to think where the fuck that is. Kent State University is there if you're familiar with that. They were at the Exchange there, which is like this video store, and apparently Chris Stuckman was there, and my buddy's like a big fan of his and like met him, said hi and all that, just was like, what's up, how's it going? I'm still pissed. I'm still pissed I wasn't there. I didn't get to meet him myself, but my buddies met him. They were like, oh, what's up? They called me right afterwards. They're like, do you know Chris Stuckman? I'm like, yeah, I know Chris Stuckman. Like, what are you talking about? It's like the biggest film reviewer on the page. They're like, dude, we just met him. I'm like, fuck, why didn't you take me? They're like, you wanted to stay home. And I'm like, okay, fair. Yeah, god damn it. So that's the lesson learned. Always go out with your buddies. Even if they want to. I don't even know what I'm saying. That's just not good advice. Sometimes you need to take a little chill break and hang out, you know? Watch a horror movie, stay at home, get fucked up, whatever you got to do to relax. But sometimes you should go out with your buddies, especially when Chris Stuckman is going to video stores and getting Stuckmanized, as Wayne would say. Good stuff. I really hope there's more than 2 ghost faces for Scream 6, or at least something different, like a killer not being revealed or some sort of cliffhanger. I completely agree. I just feel like this is their movie to do that. And I'm not, let me tell you this, I'm not going to be saying the same shit about Scream 7. Like, if Scream 7 is probably happening. It's not confirmed. Once again, you're probably getting sick of me saying that. It's not confirmed. But when Scream 7 comes out, when we start talking about that in like probably like late April, early May of next year, I really don't want to see a cliffhanger with that movie. Like, I want to see a cliffhanger eventually get resolved. And that's why I feel like 6 is the opportunity for that to happen, because there probably is going to be another film. Radio Silence has probably already signed some deal where 3 movies could happen. Why are they not announcing 7? Like, let's compare this to what they did with the Halloween trilogy from David Gordon Green. That's currently concluding in like 2 fucking weeks now or whatever. They announced that all at the same time. Halloween 2018 blows up. Like, it was fucking killed it at the box office. $200 million plus. Then, after that, like, they just announced, oh yeah, we're going to do 2 more movies. They did that because there's not as much of an element of surprise with the Halloween movies that there is with the Scream films. So if they're keeping this a secret from us, because they already knew Scream 6 was happening before the release of this movie, I have talked about this in plenty of videos about how there's like a bunch of evidence for that. 7 is probably going to happen too, and maybe they're going to have a cliffhanger ending. That's why they're not announcing it yet. That makes a lot of sense in my crazy conspiracy mind. Obviously, that's not confirmed, but they had the location set and ready to film over this past summer the day Scream 5 got released. They didn't even know how much money it was going to make. There were some projections, but nothing was official yet. The day it fucking released, they're like, yeah, we're doing it. let's set these let's get this ready for the summer. Let's book this. So I don't know, man. I just feel like 7 is definitely happening. They're going to do something crazy experimental in 6. How else can we spin this? Yeah, how else can we spin it at this point? Especially if they're going to follow something that's a little similar to Halloween 2018. This is a requel, after all, of the Scream franchise. The franchise that comments on horror movies and maybe pokes a little fun at certain places where it's necessary. I think that's totally possible. What else do we got here? Corey's sending good vibes. What's up? What's up? Starting to get cold in Winnipeg. Hell yeah, Corey. Well, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. The Scream stream. We're vibing. I thought Jake didn't have friends instead of horror. Oh, fuck. God damn it. They caught up to the lie. I gotta change my name and I gotta change my identity. I gotta rip my ID in half and get a fake one. Oh, shit. Christian is here as well. What's up? What's up? I know this is a bit of off topic, but for Halloween Ends, I really want to see Michael's eyes glow red towards the end. Almost like a Jimmy Champagne thumbnail. That's funny. Confirming he is the essence of pure evil. Something cool like that. What you think? That's really funny. I'm just thinking about like Jimmy Champagne's thumbnails where it's like he always puts like the the like glowing eyes on Michael. I don't know why that came to mind, but that's just funny to me. I don't know. I kind of like the idea that, You know, there are a lot of context clues that would suggest that Michael is more than human. I mean, in the original film, he took like 6 shots to the chest, as Dr. Loomis would confirm in the sequel. That is no longer canon. And then in Halloween Kills, he gets the shit kicked out of him to the point that any old man probably would have died otherwise. Michael is probably more than human, but to confirm that may take some of the scariness away from what his overall character is. So what I'm trying to say is there's like a fine line of what you can reveal about Michael before it becomes over-explaining, before it becomes to the point where it's like, is that mystique now gone? Have you shattered that illusion by giving us too much information? And I guess that's one of those things where I don't know if that's necessarily giving it away. Honestly, maybe his eyes glowing red wouldn't be something like that, but to give off this evil essence of Michael would be cool to see. I just don't want him to get to the point where it's like, okay, now we're just explaining everything about Michael. That's not what I want from Halloween Ends. I want to see an epic showdown between the two characters, and then yeah, let's go crazy. Let's see what happens. But Jonathan, a little while ago, I don't even know if Jonathan's still here, but let's talk about Jonathan's thing that I had started and forgotten about. Sorry, Jonathan. Scream and Evil Dead Rise in the same month. Oh man, pretty much. I mean, you know, obviously April, March, but Scream 6 comes out March 31st. So like pretty much the same fucking month. I'm so excited. We're getting these things pretty much back to back, couple of weeks apart. I really think that's going to be the height of the new year. Like you get Scream 6, then you get Evil Dead Rise later on in April. I'm really fucking excited for both of those movies. Evil Dead Rise tested so well, they were like, fuck HBO Max, we're going to release this thing in the theaters. I don't know if that's the truth. That's just the mantra I've been hearing, but I'm really excited for it, man. It was supposed to go to HBO Max, but it was so fucking good. They're like, fuck this, man. Think about Orphan First Kill too, which has been wildly successful for a prequel film to a somewhat horror hit that came out in 2009. That movie I thought was gonna flop. It did pretty fucking well for having a kind of limited theatrical run and going to streaming as well. Did pretty fucking well. They're already talking about making an Orphan 3. So I think this is a pretty good idea, in my opinion. Jen is not liking that I swear so much. We need a bleep button. I can't help it, Jen. When I'm passionate, the fucks and the shits, they just slip on out, you know? That's what I want on my tombstone when I die. The shits just slipped out. People will walk by my tombstone and be like, what? Like, did he die pooping his pants? I have to know. Ah, shit. What's your opinion on them bringing back Stu for a future Scream film, since it was said by Wes Craven he didn't die and was in the original script for Scream 3? I'm not against it if they write it well. I think I'll tell you this right now, my opinion will be solidified about it after Scream 6. Like, I'll be able to tell you like, oh yeah, this would be cool if it happened. Or if they do it now, it'll feel out of place. They kind of tease it a bit in Scream 2022. That to me is like, okay, hey, cool. Maybe that's setting us something up for 6 where they tease it a little more. Or there's some kind of figure in the shadows who's running this Ghostface show. I don't think the next movie is the one where they should introduce Stu, because that might feel a little out of place. We have no Sydney this time around. Dewey's dead. You can't, I don't think this is not the movie for that. If they can get Sydney back for 7 though, that could be the film. That could be the film where they do it. That's the only time where I'm like, okay, that would be sick, because they gotta tease, they gotta hype it up a little more. You can't just bring a character back from the dead out of nowhere, because then people will just be like, this fucking sucks. If they hype it up and they write it well, I could see it happening. I could see that for sure happening in Scream 7. That would be kind of dope in my opinion too, to make it all connect. So that's what I think. There's no Scream coming. You know what? They've been tricking us. They've been duping us. There's no Scream movie coming, actually. I would cry. Lei TheNerd is throwing a super sticker in there. Thank you so much, Lei TheNerd. I appreciate that. I love me some stickers, as I like to say. I stick them all over myself. And what makes me so sad, Lee, is I can't even see these goddamn stickers. So I'm gonna pull up the stream on my own phone so I can see what you guys are throwing out there, because Jake's a little curious. It doesn't, like, it shows me literally everything except for what the stickers look like, which makes me a big sad face. So Lee threw in a little bit of a face, if you liked that. There you go. You got to see it again. I like that. I like that a lot. some good stickers. I'm a fan. There we go. I had to look at my own chat for that. But I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can we have Sid back in 7, please? I can see this being a more like what we want more. I understand that. Yes. Bring her back for 7. I hope so. I hope they give her a better deal this time around too. Jen is saying, I think Nev is done with Scream. I also see this angle as well. I mean, the fact that they were just like, whatever. And we also have had Nev Campbell, when she was on a panel with Jamie Lee Curtis, talking about how she's kind of felt underpaid since the 3rd entry. This goes back to basically 22 years ago that she has felt underpaid for these movies. That sucks. That to me blows. I hope that the studio amends all this bullshit by giving her some more money this time around. These are like some of the biggest horror movies ever, and they're just not going to pay their lead actress. Like, fuck, man, it's insane, insane. Extron, we were talking about this a little while ago. The final Halloween Ends trailer is releasing tomorrow. If you're just joining the stream, maybe you just clicked on and you're like, I wonder what Jake's talking about. Holy fuck, the final trailer for Halloween Ends comes out tomorrow. There you go, a little bit of an update. So we're going to be talking about that. I'll maybe... It might be a little too late to post, but I'm thinking about posting a Halloween Ends update video maybe early tomorrow as well. There's some things I want to talk about before the trailer comes out. So I'm going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about the final trailer tomorrow after that releases. Probably around like 9 a.m. Eastern is my guess. So I'm going to stay up and get that out early. Get that out super early. So you'll have a super early video, maybe a super late video. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but we're going to figure it out. I'm excited for the trailer though, Extron, and I just hope it doesn't spoil too much. I'm really scared. I'm really scared that it shows us just a little too much. Because then it's like, you're just doing the Halloween Kills thing again. And if there's one thing that Universal should do to listen to their fans, it's that. Just fucking don't do what you did with Halloween Kills marketing. Don't give us too much. Don't spoil the fucking movie again. Because you gave us basically everything about what was going to happen in Kills. All these surprises ruined by that final trailer, which makes me a sad little girl, let me tell you. Rob Fitzgerald is saying, do you think Gale will be back in 7 if she lives in 6, or do you think Gale will be done in 6? That's actually a great question. I don't think she's going to die. I personally don't think she's going to die in 6. There'd be no point. There'd be no point to kill her this time around. You're not bringing back any more legacy characters. Sydney's not going to be in it. I really don't think they're going to kill her. But will she be done? Is she just like, okay, you know what? I want to retire. I have fucking had it with these ghostface motherfucking killers, something like that. Maybe she's just done. She's like, holy shit, can't do it no more. Sorry. Officially passing the torch. I could see that being the case. I could totally see that being the case. She's also broken ground. Courtney Cox in specifics has broken ground by being even attached to this film. She's like one of the only lead actresses to reprise her role this many times in a slasher series, which is really impressive. I think that's amazing. I could see her being done after this movie though. I could see that being the case. Maybe maybe Sydney's in the next one, but I could see them focusing much more on the legacy characters in 7 if that happens. But we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. Do you think Sydney could defeat Michael Myers by herself? I don't know. The thing about Michael Myers is like he's a lot different than Ghostface. It's not some teenager in a mask. It's a stone cold killer that goes after people. I don't know if she would be ready for Michael Myers. I mean, maybe more than most people, but he's a different kind of entity to fight, I guess is my point. So I'm kind of like, I don't really know. That's my thoughts. Gale will die before the credits roll in 7. I hope not. I just like how the writers have explained Dewey's death. Is they're like, Dewey needed to die to bring back Sydney and Gale. It's the only way it could happen. I disagree. I think these are very compassionate characters. Especially Gale Weathers, who has kind of started off, maybe not so much. She started off being much more full of herself, especially in those first 2 movies. But then how her character has progressed throughout the other films is truly wonderful. It's maybe my favorite character arc out of anybody in all 5 of these movies. How she turned into this just really compassionate human being that is no longer only about herself and making a bunch of crazy news stories. She's like, wow, I've learned from my past mistakes, and I love that about Gale. I think she's a character that I hated at first, but now I love. So I hope that she gets a happy ending. I hope that she doesn't die. And there's no point to, like I said, there's no point to kill her. You're not going to be bringing back any other legacy characters unless they kill Gale Weathers to bring Kirby back into this, which would be so dumb because I don't even think they share a conversation in Scream 4. Maybe, to my knowledge, I don't even think they do. But I don't know, man. Don't kill Gale. There's no point. There's no point in doing it. If we don't need to do it, don't do it. There's so many, and also there's so many fucking characters to kill in Scream 6. There are so many characters in this movie that could just get fucking annihilated. So why not focus all your crazy kills on these characters instead of Gale? I mean, you did the Dewey thing in the last movie, but now it would almost be expected to kill Gale in this movie. I don't think they need to do that. I do want something that feels a little darker, a little more like Empire Strikes Back, a little more Halloween Kills, but you don't need to kill good old Gale, okay? That's why I think killing Tara would be purposeful to our main characters this time around and so heartbreaking by the time the credits roll. Just my opinion. Not that I hate Tara or anything. I love her as a character. I think I'm excited to see more of her in Scream 6. That's a big thing that I'm pumped for this movie. But I just really want to, I really think they need to do something to progress Sam's character and launch her even crazier into the spotlight. I think Chad will die. I think at least one of the Meeks twins is gone by the time the credits roll. I'm still back and forth on who. I think Chad is the one, though. I'm for sure on. I'm leaning towards. Let's say. Box office for Halloween Ends with coinciding Peacock release. I don't think it's going to make as much as Halloween 2018, but it definitely breaks 100 million for sure. 100 million plus, I would say. The Peacock release didn't seem to affect it too much with Halloween Kills. I think the big thing though, it still made 100 million, right? Halloween Kills still made 100 million. First one I said made 200 plus mil. I still think this movie makes 100 plus. Is it going to be less than Halloween Kills? I don't know. That's tough because we're at a better place than where we were last October when the pandemic was still kind of, still kind of here, but it's really starting to go down. It's really starting to relax. So more people are comfortable going to the theaters, I think. I could see Ends making slightly more money, slightly more than Halloween Kills. Just ever so slightly. That's just my opinion. Stoked for Avatar 2. Fuck yeah. That's gonna be cool. I didn't love the original. I think it's cool, but James Cameron definitely has better movies in my opinion. But I'm excited for it, man. I'm still pumped. I think it's gonna be cool. I hear that it fucking made 11 million at the box office when they re-released that first one, which is kind of funny. So cool stuff. Lisa is saying, I feel like if there's a new doll in Chucky season 2, it might make the show better. A new doll. I wonder what they might do for that. So we so far have 4 characters that were possessing dolls or were dolls at one point and now have become human. I'm really excited to see what they do with Glenn/Glenda in season 2. That's probably one of the biggest things I'm pumped for. I've always really liked Seed of Chucky, even though it's the goofiest, weirdest movie ever. But I still really like it. I still really like Glenn/Glenda. I'm excited to see what they do with that character here. So, and I talked about in my video today about why I think season 2 could be good. It could be. That trailer wasn't very promising, but the way that they're setting up, I think, is way just a million times better than what they did with season 1. So I'm really excited to see how it goes. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give season 2 a shot, but still, I talked about all my concerns in my video today. So, but you'll see it. Check it out. Check out that Chucky video if you have not already. I think I make some pretty good points. I was pretty fair. I wanted to lay into it a little more maybe, but I think I was pretty fair with my Chucky criticisms. I really want to see the Scream 2 re-release in theaters in my city. They had the OG last October for 4 days. For 4 days? I feel like they only did it one showing. Here, that's wild. I think I saw it, but I don't remember seeing any other showings. I don't remember. That's crazy though. 4 days. Fuck yeah, dude. Good shit. Oh, unpopular opinion, but Bride and Seed are Chucky at his best. Nice. Okay. Hell yeah. Bride is maybe my second favorite in the whole franchise. I really like Bride. Bride's fucking awesome. That's really tough though, because I love 1 and 2. I think I would probably go 2, 1, Bride. That's my top 3 for the Chucky movies. Because I love Child's Play 2. Child's Play 2 is really well done. That's my favorite. That's my personal favorite Chucky movie. But there's not one I dislike. There's not one movie besides the remake that I dislike. I think all the Don Mancini movies are a lot of fun. Don't Worry, Darling was terrible. Poor Harry Styles. He tried his best. Yeah, like I felt kind of bad. I felt kind of bad shitting on his performance in my review. I was pretty nice about it. I said he was sophomoric. And that's just the truth. You know, I mean, he's just not as well seasoned as an actor as like Florence Pugh is. And the whole movie he's up against her. It's just, you know, it's tough. It's a tough, it's not an easy thing to do. I mean, she's chewing up the scenery. Florence Pugh is a force of nature. She's amazing, even in that film. And I was just like, okay, whatever with Harry Styles' character. He tried his best, you know. He's not an actor at heart. You know what I mean? He's a musician. So I get it, but he was all right. It was okay. Don't Worry, Darling was just disappointing to me, man. I don't know. I just was not a fan. It could have been great. I think the original script idea I talked about in my review was really fucking cool, but they changed it all up and did a bunch of pointless shit that didn't really matter. It was weird. But Carter is talking about The Last of Us on HBO. I'm very excited for this series. I was a huge fan of the game. I still have not had time to play the second one, but maybe eventually. I saw some of I think the trailer came out today. Didn't have time to watch that. I saw some pictures, though, of the clickers that look really fucking good. They killed that with the design. Like I said, I have yet to see the trailer, so if the trailer's like completely off and it sucks, I don't know. I've not had time to watch that yet, but I'm excited to check it out. I'm a big fan of The Last of Us. I really do like those games. I've only played one of them, but I love me some of those games though. That first one was great. First one was great. Hopefully the second one is just as good too. Have not been able to play it, and I hope this HBO series is good. I'm excited for it. Ooh, okay, Child's Play 2 and then Bride. Yeah, I'm probably right there with you, man. Probably right there with you. Imagine Chad having to deal with what it means to be a young man in this era, having failed so badly in 5, and then you have Mindy die. At some point, he'd feel the weight of unwarranted responsibility. That could be pretty cool. I almost feel like he's kind of... I just feel like he's gonna die. I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling Chad's not making it through this movie. He got incredibly injured in the last film. I would love to see him struggle with not being able to doing what he wants to do in college, which is probably play football, and he just wouldn't be able to do that because of his injuries. That to me is like the coolest route that they could go, and then make him this tragic hero character that saves everybody at the end, or something along those lines. I just feel like it's perfect setup for that, but I don't know. Any thoughts if we could learn something interesting about Stu's family, since we had Vince and Stu's sister mentioned in 5? This is where I could see them teasing the Stu return, is having these characters somehow pop up. I remember a lot of people were saying like Christina Carpenter has to be in this movie, and I'm like, but why? Like, why does she have to be in this movie? I don't think Christina Carpenter is going to be a character in 6, but the Mocker family, someone from there, I could see being there, somehow teasing Stu's return in 7. I don't want to see Stu in this film, though. I don't think that makes any sense. It would just feel so random and out of place if they were to set it up though through these past 2 movies. Okay, like tease the return throughout these 2 movies, and then finishing off the trilogy. It's like, there you go, he's back. That could be cool. What else we got though? Child's Play reboot was mostly great. Shane and Doreen's death were awesome. I just didn't like Gabe's visceral death. My favorite thing about that film was the kills. I love Mark Hamill as a voice actor. I mean, no offense to him. He truly is an amazing voice actor, but he's just not Chucky. I just did not like his performance personally. He tried to take the character in a different route, which I appreciate. That's kind of the whole point of the movie, but it just didn't feel like Chucky. It just didn't feel like a movie that was necessary. You know, they didn't need to make a remake. There's a show, you know, with all the original people involved. That all the original people involved are still alive and still working on Child's Play. I'm just not a big fan of that. I'm just not a big fan of that reboot. There comes a time when you should reboot a franchise, and that's when everyone is like just kind of done. You know, the original people are either running out of ideas or like just kind of done with the entire franchise as a whole. That was not. It was just poor timing, I think, to do something like that for Child's Play, considering everything that's going on with it right now. You know, you have this really popular show. that's going on. I don't know. I just didn't feel like that movie was necessary, and it feels unnecessary too. It doesn't feel like Chucky. They basically just turned him into a regular killer doll. You know what I mean? That's what's so cool about Chucky, is it's like he's this serial killer possessing a doll, and then they just turned it into the stereotypical storyline for what a killer doll movie would be, is just, oh, it just randomly started killing people. There's no explanation. That's cool, but I've seen that a million times. You know, like there are so many movies that have done that, and I don't know. It just felt like, what was even the point of this? Well, why did they do this? Probably my biggest unpopular opinion of the Scream franchise is that Randy should have been a part of the main four. I think Randy and Sidney had so much potential. Yeah, no, I agree with this. I would like to see, I don't think they should have killed Randy. That was kind of a weird move. He's like he knows, I think that's why they killed him though. It's because he's like this horror fanatic. He knows everything. He knows the ins and outs of the horror movies. Killing him is scary. Anyone can die this time around. Oh shit. That's why they did it. I actually heard them talk about that in a fucking interview. I can't remember if that was on the Horror Hour or not, but I remember we had the writers, Guy Busick and James Vanderbilt, talking about how, I believe it was James Vanderbilt who said that was like their favorite part of the franchise. They loved when they killed Randy because it was so shocking. That was another reason why they wanted to kill Dewey and to bring back everybody. But it's interesting. I think it was an interesting choice back then in 97, and it's a fascinating one here. So I'm still not 100% on the Dewey death train, but I don't know. Saw your tweet about Speak No Evil and had to give it a watch. So creepy and unsettling. I know, right? Ugh. They just don't make horror movies like that anymore, where it's just like unbelievably fucked up, you know? I mean, I've seen a few movies this year that were like, okay, this was really scary. I loved this. But that was the first movie I saw all year that was just upsetting. Like, like, oh my God, that was just an upsetting horror movie full of some nasty shit. So I really appreciated that one. That just creeped up onto my top 10. I typically like horror movies that are, have a little bit of humor or not just there to be the scariest thing ever. Like that movie. Well, that's not fair. That movie had some silly moments too. But the point of that movie was to just be scary as fuck and do some really nasty, crazy shit. And it was set up really well. So I think that was cool. And I really liked that film. I was a big fan of it. I like when movies do something different too. A lot of the popular stuff is just kind of a little more laid back for horror nowadays. And I like when you can have an outlier like that does something wildly different from everything else. So some good stuff. You need to see The Old Ways on Netflix. I have not. I have not seen that. I'll have to check that out. What's fuck? What did I just watch? There was something else too. I completely forgot. There's this ghost movie I was talking about in my video on Sunday. I was like, oh shit, how did I never see that? It's on Netflix. It has like a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, fuck, how did I miss this? This looks awesome. Can't remember it had a weird title too. I actually made fun of the title in that video, but it was directed by the guy who's going to be directing Cloverfield 2, which I'm excited for. And if not actual Cloverfield 2, technically Cloverfield 4, but it's going to be the sequel to Cloverfield 2008. We have a director and a writer on board. I'm excited for it. I wonder if they do found footage though. I guess that's my one thing. I don't know. Found footage is like kind of dead right now. Like nobody's making found footage movies. Besides like VHS 99, which is obviously popular on Shudder. We had Paranormal Activity Next of Kin come out last year, but like besides that, there's not like these huge found footage movies coming out. So I don't know if they're going to do found footage or not. I don't know. I hope so. I think that would work with a sequel to Cloverfield 2008. I feel like that's the only way you can really do a sequel. Otherwise, it kind of turns into the sequels, which oh my God, I'm choking on my own spit. 10 Cloverfield Lane I really liked, but Cloverfield Paradox, man, is a fucking mess. It's a shame. It's a shame. That series could have been something really cool, and they turned it into some whack shit, as they say. Ghostface is a horror icon because he's well known even by people who have never seen the Scream movies, so he's an icon. Yeah, I mean, originally it was just a fucking costume from Fun World. There's pictures of people in Scream outfits from before 96 and shit. Just a really cool costume. It's just dope. So I mean, that's a good point. He's a horror icon. Some people like to call him just the Scream, which I think is funny. I'm going to say it again, passionately throwing out some takes out there, Corey. I love it. Mia Goth would make such an amazing Ghostface. Oh, somebody tap her for Scream 7, man. Fuck, that'd be awesome. Just even as a character in these movies, I think that would be dope. But Mia Goth kind of seems like one of those people who, like Anya Taylor-Joy, who's much more into like the indie shit. She wants to do the weirder movies. I think that was like probably one of her big draws to like X and Pearl and all that. So, and she is just so wonderful. I've watched all these interviews with her. If it was the behind the scenes for X or all the promotional stuff that they're doing for Pearl, she's so soft spoken and she's so like, oh, thank you guys so much. She talks like at that level too. She's like this super over polite, nice person. And then you see her in Pearl and X doing like this crazy shit. Like I love that about her. She's such an interesting human being. I love Mia Goth. She's amazing. Amazing performer. I'm just a super nice human being too, is what it seems like. God, I would love to meet her. I would love to just be like, holy shit, your performance from everything this year was Oscar caliber, I think. My God. She's going to get snubbed too, which fucking sucks. The Oscars are going to be like, whatever, and give an Oscar to some movie I've never heard of before, because that's what they do every year when it comes to horror movies. So who the fuck cares about that anyways? Too many people is the answer to that question. Too many people. I can't wait to see more Ghostface. Me too, man. Me too. I'm excited to see her turn angry in Pearl. Oh my God, I just envisioned her pulling off the Ghostface mask. Oh shit. Yeah, that would be great. Especially if you have like imagine Mia Goth essentially like playing more of that character that I was just talking about, like how she is in like interviews and all that, where she's like a little more relaxed and like kind of shy, and all that. Maybe her character throughout the whole this Scream 7, this hypothetical version of Scream 7 that we're talking about, she's just kind of chilled back. She's in the background. Maybe she's like a little nervous to talk to people, and she just becomes friends with one of our characters, and then all of a sudden, holy shit, she's the killer by the time the fucking third act rolls around. That would be kind of cool. See a character like that. That would be dope. Do you remember the movie horror? Do you remember the horror movie See No Evil starring Kane from I have seen a preview for this, but I've never watched it. What is that on? One of the DVDs I own has a trailer for this beforehand. It looks like fucking crazy. It looks cool. You said it. You said it. You said it. You said it. Jordan, what's up? What's up? Have you watched the Dahmer show on Netflix? I'm enjoying it so far. I'm going to check it out at some point. I have not had time. I just watched Speak No Evil. I had time for that. I did not have time for that, unfortunately. But I'm going to get around to it at some point. I'm going to try to. I saw a lot of people were commenting on my last video saying, please do a review of this. And it's like, it's just a lot. There's like 8 episodes, and I think they're all like 40 something minutes long. So I'm going to try to get through it. I would love to do a review of that, step into some true crime territory. The thing that's tough about that for me, though, is like, I don't want to review a Jeffrey Dahmer documentary and start making a bunch of jokes, which is kind of like my MO. Like, you go to some other channels and they're like really some horror pages are really factual. They'll throw at you all these things about the movie you just watched, and it's like, oh, that was really cool. I feel like my draw in my videos is I'm just being really goofy. Like, I don't really give two shits about that. I think I'm much more interested in videos where people are just being goofy and being entertaining, talking about something I'm interested in. So that's like the kind of content I try to make. So I would kind of have to restrain myself because I wouldn't want it to come off as offensive. Like, I don't want to be making all these jokes about Jeffrey Dahmer. I just feel like that might come off as distasteful. So that's going to be a tough one for me to review. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to approach it. I guess I got to watch the show too. I guess I got to watch. I actually have to watch the show and be like, oh, this is the way I should approach it. This is obviously a much darker, real thing that happened. I don't want to be joking around about, Jeffrey Dahmer. That just might not come off the right way to some people. So, did you see the horror movie called Piggy? Trailer for this comes out. Looks crazy. I have not, but I love the title. Sounds terrifying. I hope it's about a giant pig. I really hope it's about a giant pig eating people. That's great. I love when monsters are like anthropomorphic villains, where it's like it essentially looks like something, like a big like boar or something like that, or a giant raccoon eating people. I love shit like that. Why do you think I like old Ratma all that much? So, by the way, with with VHS 99, speaking of that film, we got to talk a little bit about old Mabel here, which I can't find a good picture of her, but I guess this is the only one I have. See in the bottom right corner there, you can see a very, very creepy person just standing there. Apparently, this is like the new... all the people involved are talking about this character. They're saying, oh shit, Mabel is going to be so scary. She's going to be a fan favorite. I'm already seeing reviews talking about how she's kind of like the new Ratma. That's going to be a tough spot to take because Ratma's pretty fucking awesome. But I'm really excited to see what they do with this character. I'm excited. I wonder if they do something along the... Yes! We are going to get that with Piglet, so I'll take that. You're right. You're right. I'm excited to see what they do with this VHS 99. There's a lot of people coming out and saying this is the best in the franchise too. I'm really excited to see what they do with this. Because I loved VHS 94. That's my personal favorite from the VHS franchise. I don't know if it's going to top that, but we do have an amazing team of directors this time around. All new people too, which I find fascinating. I don't know if the only other VHS movie to do that, where it was just all new people, was VHS Viral, which may be the worst in the series, but all these people are pretty fucking awesome. Like, we have Tyler McIntyre, who directed Tragedy Girls, which I really liked. A movie from the killer's perspective, which was pretty cool. You guys know I like movies like that. We also have fucking Flying Lotus, who is amazing, just puts out some really gross and disgusting horror movies, which is awesome. He also has some history working for Adult Swim. I really love a lot of what he does. I'm trying to think what else. So like Flying Lotus was there. We have Johannes Roberts, who did Strangers Prey at Night, which is like one of my favorite slasher movies from the modern age. I fucking love his movies too. He did Welcome to Raccoon City as of most recently, the new Resident Evil movie, which is in my opinion the best Resident Evil movie, hands down, just because I don't like the Paul W.S. Anderson movies all that much. And then also I'm trying to remember the other people involved. There's a bunch of like newcomers that I haven't heard of until now too involved. It sounds like it's going to be a cool movie. I'm really excited for it. Another thing I talked about in one of my videos recently too is the wraparound segment actually sounds like it's going to be a story this time instead of just a bunch of random shit that kind of connects the tapes together. So that to me, pretty exciting. If they get the wraparound story right, that would be dope. I need a season 3 of the Scream TV series, the continuation of the Emma history. I like that show. So like a true season 3, one continuing the story running through seasons 1 and 2. I understand that. I can see that happening. I don't know how they're going to top season 2 because I really like season 2 and where the story goes. But I could see it happening. I could see that. I could see that happening eventually. That would be cool. With Scream being so popular, I'm surprised they haven't done anything with that, honestly, yet. Scream is popping right now in the old horror universe, so maybe at some point in the future that could happen. That could happen. But yeah, I don't know. But your boy's probably gonna sign off here pretty soon. I'm pretty tired and I got a lot of homework to do before all the Halloween shit comes out tomorrow. So I'm probably gonna be wrapping up a little early unless you guys have some crazy questions. So throw some crazy questions in there. We'll answer them before we start getting off the old stream here. What else do we got? I wish we could get a new Silent Hill film. I really like both the Silent Hill movies. People fucking hate that second movie. I get it, but I just love that movie. I don't know what it is, but it's so fun to me. CGI is not the CGI is not great, obviously. The story's not great, but I just fucking love it. It's got an undeniable aesthetic to it that just feels like a video game movie, and I kind of like that about the second Silent Hill film. I don't know why. It's one of those weird movies that I love. Piranha is another one that, like, objectively not a great movie, but just I love it. I just keep coming back to it. It's a bad movie that I watch all the fucking time, as well as Silent Hill 2. I don't know what it is. Both of those movies, man. There's something about them where I'm like, oh, it's cool stuff. Cool stuff. Boxers are briefs, and Carrie is saying, don't answer that. The answer would scare you, probably. So I'm not going to answer it. I'm kidding. That's fucked. How will Halloween Ends compare to Christine? I'm speculating that since our character, Corey Cunningham, shares the same last name as Arnie Cunningham from Christine, Corey is going to be an obsessive character over Michael Myers. That's going to be the big comparison. I believe their story is going to play out maybe a little differently than what happened to Arnie in Christine. That's kind of something I've already been talking about, but that's the big thing. I think that's the big comparison. I don't think it's gonna like end the same or follow a similar storyline. It's just that relationship between those two characters, which is obviously going to be a focal point here. I mean, my God, we even have a song on the soundtrack called like Corey and Michael or something like that. Corey meets Michael. I can't remember. It was something about Corey and Michael in the same thing. If you could choose, what would be a franchise you would want rebooted? So this is technically a franchise, even though you may not know about its sequels. I would love to see Old Creature from the Black Lagoon here continue on. We need a modern take on this. And they announced when they were going to do that like dark universe thing with Tom Cruise, The Mummy. That was like the first movie that's supposed to kick it off. They were going to do a Creature from the Black Lagoon movie. So like Universal wants to make it. I would do anything for a new Creature film. I love that old one. That original movie is so good. I think it's such an underrated old movie that a lot of people need to go check out because there's some creepy fucking shit happening in this movie that it's really it pioneers a lot of interesting suspense sequences too. I think that the swimming shot is so iconic. I would love to recreate that in something. I don't know, man. I fucking love. I fucking love that movie. I would do anything to remake Creature from the Black Lagoon 2. Universal, if you're watching, I'm so sorry about all the comments shitting on your marketing department from earlier. Please give me the keys to the franchise for Creature. Please. I would do anything. I'm not even kidding. I would do anything to that's the one movie that I would love to make based on an IP already. Creature from the Black Lagoon has my heart. I love him. I love his scaly little gross skin. It's great. What a guy. I'm stoked to see Barbarian again this Wednesday. If you have not seen Barbarian again, or if you have just not seen it at all, I highly recommend it. This is my favorite horror film of the year. It's going to be pretty tough to beat this one. I saw it twice opening night. I literally saw it and I bought tickets for the next showing. I was so impressed. I want to see it again in the theaters at some point. If I have some time, I've just been super busy. I'm buying that the moment it drops on Blu-ray, 4K, whatever. This was a really impressive movie. If you guys have not seen this, it got some praise when it first came out, but it's kind of going under the radar now. I saw Dead Meat kind of shitting on it, which I think is funny, but I really like Barbarian. I thought it was fucking awesome. So check it out. Check it out if you haven't seen it. If you're like, man, I just wish there was another good horror movie out there. You know, you're waiting for your Screams, your Halloweens and all that, and you're like, I want something now. Well, guess what? Barbarian's in theaters. You're going to love it. Check it out. Check it out. Highly recommend Barbarian. Yes. Oh, don't look up anything. If you know nothing about Barbarian, you're like, what the fuck is that? Don't worry about it. Go into it blind. You don't need to know anything going into that movie. It will, trust me, you'll love it. So it takes some crazy twists and turns. I've not seen a horror movie set up that way ever. I've never seen a horror movie set up like that, where there's just like a million left turns, but they all work. It's crazy. It's a crazy movie. Really, really one to talk about a lot. So, do you just dislike everything, Love Tech? You've just been saying no, all of this sucks all night. I'm so sorry you had to sit through this stream where I was just talking about shit you hate. So I don't know. I'm confused by people like that. It's fascinating to me. I thought Barbarian's cinematography in first act was great, but Barbarian's titty scene was gross. That's the point. I love gross things. Like, I'm not going to spoil anything, but like that movie's disgusting and it's fucking awesome. Like, it wasn't believable. There's so many horror movies that come out that aren't believable. That's movie magic, baby. Not every movie can be set in the real world. That just wouldn't be any fun. How boring would that be if we set every movie in the real world? I like when you could have a little bit of some escapism in horror, and that's always kind of my favorite shit. It looks like it's reality, but it's not, and that's what's fascinating about movies like Barbarian or Hereditary or I'm trying to think like what else. I'm trying to think of what else is a good example. Midsummer, arguably. I love it, man. Love it. Choking on my own spit again. Hey, Jake just joined. Don't know if you've heard it yet, but we've been talking about it the whole time, Next Gen. That's so funny. Yeah, crazy shit, man. I love how they just announced that. It's like final trailer coming tomorrow. Holy shit. I actually, some closing thoughts, and then I think I'm going to get off, is the fact that they're announcing that this is the final trailer is kind of a shock to me, and maybe is a positive thing. I know a lot of us hear this and we're like, oh man, they're putting out another trailer, like they're probably going to spoil something. But what has me excited about this is that there was a lot more marketing for the past 2 films. When it came to trailers, when it came to whatever. Yes, there's been a lot of TV spots for Halloween Ends, but maybe with this final bit of marketing that they're going to give us tomorrow, they won't give us too much more. Maybe they just give us a final trailer to give us a final trailer. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just one more big thing, and then, okay, they're going to chill the fuck out with it. I hope so, man. I really do. I really hope so, man. I just hope it's not too much. I hope it's not giving us too much shit to go off of, and it's like, oh, well, fuck. Okay, there we go. Just going into same old territory, just like how they spoiled Kills, they're going to spoil this. I hope not. I got my fingers crossed, but that's just my thinking. So I want to thank everybody else. Want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. And thank you for all the fun birthday stream too, which was great. You guys are the best. You guys are so lovely. You guys are amazing. I love hanging out with you guys so much. All the love to you. Thank you for hanging out with me for the hour and a half that we had to spend together. It was great. But old Jake needs to do some homework, figure out some Halloween stuff, figure out how I'm going to do my Halloween Ends videos today and tomorrow. And then we're just going to be great. It's going to be some good content. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm just excited to bring it to you guys. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Peace out. Don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. This is the longest outro ever. Jesus Christ. Okay, peace out.